Welcome everyone to the Queen City Jamboree, game number 2 of the night here, and we were live from Gill Stadium for this matchup between the Trinity Pioneers and the Salem Blue Devils. My name is Kyle Levy for Manchester Public Television. Happy to be with you on this Friday night, the first Friday football night, and joining me here is Coach Tom Bezoin. Coach, I appreciate you taking the time to be up here for this game. Obviously, a good matchup between some teams that generally wouldn't face each other with Salem and Trinity.
Right. It's interesting to always see, the Manchester teams come out and see how they come out of the gate. And, we got a little weather delay here, but we're off and racing here.
Yeah, obviously a little troublesome with lightning in the area that kind of delayed things here. But either way, it's a beautiful night for football. I think any Friday night is really beautiful for football, and we are excited to see what these 4 Manchester schools can bring. Obviously, this first one with Trinity, and quarterback Ollie Service looking to have a big season here for the Pioneers.
Yeah, I'm talking to Coach. He's got some key players coming back. He lost a couple of key players, but he's got some speed.
And around here, and he will get the first down, dropped at about the 43-yard line. So the Chain Gang will move. Obviously, the Chain Gang not a part of the NFL this season.
Yeah,
kind of a weird thing that is going to be changing. But here in high school football, we will continue to still have the Chain Gang, one of the most brutal gangs of New Hampshire. Here was that Chain Gang.
And that was Davey DeRepo. That's one of the key players, number 2 for Trinity. A lot of speed, a lot of good receiver. So they're going to be mixing it up a lot. Half and half pass and run, I think.
Oh, a little fullback handoff, and he is absolutely stuffed by a sea of white jerseys, and that will be make it a second down. And it looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage, which is always a helpful thing. Actually, it looks like he gained about a half yard to a yard there.
Yeah, and Trinity will do that. They'll kind of motion into different formations and be real multiple. They'll have all kinds of multiple formations. And that time, DeRepo motioned into the backfield and into the eye, but they gave it to the fullback. So we'll see what they do here on 2nd and long. 2nd
and 9, as you said, in Service in the shotgun. He takes the ball, and he will take a 3-step and then pass across the middle, and it will be incomplete. And you got to remember, with this rain that just came down, Buzz, for the past hour, it is going to be a little bit troublesome to get to the traction that you expected when you warmed up for, and now it's a lot different when you're trying to cut like that.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it drains really well, right, the turf, but, it's always slick after a rain and humidity. It's tough because, I've been in this position before, with the weather delays and stuff, and, you're motivated, you're ready, you're pumped up to go, and then all of a sudden you're going to wait a half an hour. So it's like
3rd and long, and now a 5-step drop, a little screen pass to the tight end, hits his own teammate, and is going to be brought down. So this will be a 4th down. Nice little play there designed by Trinity, just wasn't able to get that first down.
Yeah, and that's one of the toughest guys, the Tone, getting on the catch there. I remember last year calling his name a lot, and tough physical kid. So they have, probably about the same amount of players as they had last year. A lot of small guys on the sidelines, young, probably freshmen, but they have a good core of kids.
Hey, Coach, I'm going to expect a little intentional attempt to get them to jump off sides here.
Yeah, that's probably what they're doing there. Or they're just saying, heck with it, it's a jamboree, we're going for it anyways.
Well, now 2 in the backfield, and he's going to roll out, looking, finding, and incomplete. And Salem will take the possession at about the 50-yard line. So good job by Salem's defense to make things happen. And now we'll get a chance to see what type of offense that they bring to this season as well.
It's not a bad play call there, except for that was against the zone. So Salem was in a cover 4. So the receiver should have curled it up a little bit quicker and did not go so deep. He kind of ran into the coverage, and that play took too long to develop. And Salem's going to have some athletes on the field, right? They're the D1 team. So, we'll see what they have on offense. And Trinity kids are always tough on D.
Certainly an interesting take on this with a lot of Division I versus Division II teams here.
Yeah.
And now it's a chance to really showcase how strong you are basically against a D1 team. or you can show that maybe you will make a case for being on top of the D1 as well, and see what Salem will bring with a first 10 man in motion. High snap. He still gets a hold of it. Looking, now throwing deep ball. And this is intercepted. Trinity looking to get to the near side of the field here. He gets to the 40, 45, 50. Got some blockers. Tries to make a move and is finally brought down. A big turnover on the first offensive play for Salem. And now it'll be the Pioneers inside of their own zone. And a kind of a tough play right there, Coach. Obviously,
yeah, I mean,
you've been in that side. High snap, and still was thinking he can make things happen. And unfortunately, it did not work to.
No, and you almost see it's doomed from the start, right? And that was Service, the quarterback, making the interception. So he's got to get a little breather after that run back and go over and get the play from Coach.
I mean, obviously he's getting some love from his team to showcase that. Now it's it almost works as a fourth down working, and so now it will be a 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. And the backfield, one in motion. Hand off. It'll try to find, and going to be swallowed up and taken down. A lot of blocking late here, and
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, just getting a little scrappy down there, which is good. I mean, interesting to see the Trinity come out in a one-back set with a fullback, and then motioning their receiver, their off receiver into the backfield. I don't know if you don't just line up. I don't know who you're tricking there with that, but that's what they're going with. They got 2 tight ends, 2 wideouts, and 1 fullback, and now Ollie's in shotgun.
Again, a scoreless game here. 7:38 remaining in this basically first half. Service is able to scramble away. Got to get rid of it. Long pass, and it will be out of bounds. And, well, Service thankfully didn't intercept that, but obviously that was a long ways back behind the line of scrimmage, Buzz, that he had to go.
Yeah, he was rolling out to his left, but, what a nice ball throwing, in heat a little bit. And rolling out to your left as a right-handed quarterback, and only through that where only his player could get it. So not a bad ball. The play was kind of broken from the beginning again. And that's what's going to happen early on here. You're going to have some broken plays, and it's how you execute the ones that are solid for you, like on a third down play like right now.
Yeah, about a 3rd and 8, and going back to the backfield here as we saw in the first play in this, and fullback handoff trying to get to the outside, and he will be swallowed up. And now it's going to be another tough decision here on 4th down here for the Pioneers.
And again, that's not a play you run on 3rd and 8 if it's a regular season. I think, you're just trying to perfect your stuff right now. And, you're not going to run a fullback dive to the strong side on 3rd and 8 in the regular season. You're just not going to do it. So, they're trying different things. It's just, this is a practice. It's a scrimmage. So sometimes teams take it a little more seriously than other teams. But, Trinity going against a D1 team so far, they're looking good, halfway through the first quarter.
And number 55 for Salem, Jimmy Nelson, has been a big key clog in this backfield. Now trying to get to the outside, and this will be a turnover on downs again for the Pioneers, as just not able to get to the outside and get some more.
Yeah, they tried the jet sweep there to the wide side of the field, and Salem's got too many athletes. And the problem with a jet sweep is it takes a long time to develop. And if you can get that edge and get to the sidelines and get up the sidelines, you're good. But it also gives the defense, the athletes on defense, angles to get at you, and that's what you saw there.
Now we'll see what A.J. Chicarella can do here, as his first pass was picked off, and now will be handoff, gets a hole and gets a few yards before finally being brought down. And nice stop there by Trinity, but at the same time, Salem, that's all they got to do is keep doing that, and they're going to get downfield.
Yeah, that was Alex Garan, a senior, up front with a nice stop. It was only a gain of 2, so you held him pretty well. So far, they're standing up well against them. I mean, Trinity kids are tough. I noticed that last year when we did a few Trinity games. There's not a lot of them, and they're not huge, but they're physical.
Now
it's a double handoff.
trying to get to the outside, makes a couple moves, still on his feet, and is finally brought out of bounds, but able to shake a couple guys there, and that's good, nice positive yards on that play.
And that's always Salem's version of counter. It's a double handoff, and they came back with a counter. And Trinity was pretty disciplined on the counter there. They stayed home on the edge, didn't make the play in the backfield where they could have, but it slowed to run it down. Now it'd be 3rd and short, and see if Salem runs the ball here again.
Again, 3rd and 2, so let's see if they go back to the running play. They do. Gets to the outside, has a nice blocker, able to get that first down, and is brought down at the 46-yard line. And the first down here for Salem in this Jamboree.
Yeah, nice run there. They pulled the play side guard, 54, got out there out in front. And you saw him, the running back did a great job, just kind of followed his blocking there. And, you know, not every play is going to go for 6, so you're looking at the chains there. And nice play call and a nice execution by Salem there.
Yeah, Donovan Parlator was the running back here. He'll take a quick water break breather, and now expecting Salem to possibly put a pass play out here. They have not really had one so far, and now, wow, quite a pitch right there, Buzz.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a spiral pitch. You know, that play is like almost like a version of jet sweep, but it's just a sweep. But sometimes I notice quarterbacks have a hard time doing that, going that way. Right-handed quarterbacks putting that spin on it. And I've had some good quarterbacks over the years that could not make that pitch. And, you know, it gets frustrating after a while, but he got it there. It's just a little slower than it should have been.
It wasn't the prettiest, but at the same time, it was positive yards. And now a 2nd and 5 here. They've gotten into Trinity territory here. And now pass play, looking to go deep. Long pass, and this one was nearly picked off again. And a incomplete pass. So
and Service again on the coverage, and he's as good on both sides of the ball. And they weren't fooling him there. It was a little play action, one man in the route, kind of a timing thing to the speedy guy. And Service was sitting back there at safety. He was not fooled at all.
Yeah, you can see that he certainly understands the game of football, being the quarterback, and also can read the QB as the safety. And now a 3rd and 4 for Salem here, as they are looking to continue this drive with 4:39 remaining in this first half. A pitch out. This one is a good one, Buzz. So he's going to get, he stopped, but is able to get that first down and is brought down. And a flag here, our first flag of the game. And we'll see if this goes against Salem for a holding or if it's going to be something else.
It looked like the lead blocker kind of had a hold of Trinity's jersey there.
And that is correct.
And the running back, the lead blocker, he was driving them fine, and then when the Trinity player went to turn, he kind of grabbed his jersey.
Yeah, so, now that's an interesting spot right there. So the first down does not count. It was right near, the holding call was right by the sticks there, Buzz. So
yeah, so now it's 3rd and 10.
And now, tough spot is, I know that we, as well as the PA announcers, don't have a number 20 on our roster, so we're trying to get a name for that as plane flies across. And now Salem, again, needs to get something going here to get this first down. Running that way, trying to find it, and he's going to continue. Knocked out of bounds, and this will be right at the sticks. And let's see what the officials say.
I think it's short, though.
No one has given a sign here. And
it's close, though. Yeah, I don't know. Look where they're going. Yeah, first down. Not as close as I thought. I got to get my bearings up here.
Well,
but that was a waggle play. That's what that's called by Salem. And Salem's running like wing tee type stuff, and they look good executing so far in the running game, but passing game not so much so far.
Play gets brought in, and now a little switch out. Salem bringing in a whole different type of offense scheme here, so we'll see if they go to a little possibly pass played.
Well, it's first down, so,
you might as well try it.
You're on their side of the field. You can do pretty much anything. He's going on the shotgun here.
Now the sun, even though we haven't mentioned that, could play a factor at this time of the night as well, with heading into the west. Man in motion, he'll take the pitch, and good blocking here by Salem. Still in bounds, try to jump back out, but unable to, but still a gain of probably about 6 yards there. So running game looking very sharp so far for Salem.
Yeah, it looks like they want to get the ball in number 20's hands. You know, he looks like a speedster type kid, and you know they tried to get him deep earlier, and they've got him the ball and the edge a couple times. So you know, you get the athletes, and that's what you want to do: put them in space and see what they can do.
Well, 2nd down and 4 from the 37-yard line, and in the shotgun, but it's going to be handed off and able to be brought down, but it's still able to gain some positive yards. Tackle right there by a number 11, and that's Dom DeTone again.
Yeah, he's a key guy. He makes a lot of tackles, and offensively, he's up front at tight end. He's just one of the real key guys that Coach pointed out to me. He's playing linebacker, so he's going to fill those holes, you know.
Back behind the line of scrimmage, and the handoff is a good one. He's still on his feet, and this is a good 1st down run right there by Salem, and now they are in the red zone.
Yeah, and that kind of took Trinity by surprise a little bit. It was
Jamie
a
Fortin
quick hitter.
was on the handoff on that one.
Yeah, it was a quick hitter. Like I think they were expecting to go. You know, that's what happens. You go out to the edge, and then you just hand it to the first back, and on a quick hitter, and it caught Trinity off guard.
Well, looking to come in and make some action, Kyle Bonarigo comes into the game, and we'll see if they go to the tight end here. Looking around. Going to the outside, gets a hole, and is brought out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. Referee is at the 4, but now inside the red zone, it'll be 1st and goal here for Salem.
They ran that same play, and that time they ran it to the short side of the field, which takes away the angles of Trinity. Sometimes people say, you shouldn't run a sweep to the short side of the field, but it takes away the angles of the defense too. So, you can get 8 or 9 yards that way, and they did on that one.
Well, again, 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. AJ gets the ball, and now it's going to be, fumble! Where's the ball? Who's got it? It's going to stay with Salem.
I'm trying to make the number off of Trinity, but he tackled the quarterback before he got a chance to hand it off, and he barely got the handoff off. He was in there so quick. He slant. They must have had a stunt on there up front, and he got into the quarterback, and he barely got the handoff off. So
and was able to gain 1 yard here. So
that was dangerous.
Let's see what they do on 2nd and goal. A lot of excitement here for the second game as the rain has come through, and Salem, who has been able to go on this long drive. Let's see if they can capitalize here. Man in motion. It's going to be a handoff, trying to get to the outside. He's got some room and a touchdown. Salem gets on the board on a 3-yard run from number 20, which we don't have his name, but a nice run, and Salem now takes the lead 6-0.
Yeah, he's definitely their speedster, so he's going to, they're going to try to get to the edge and then pound you in the middle a couple times and then try to spread you out and get you back in. It's all a game, You're sitting there watching from upstairs, the coaches, and they see Trinity, cheating inside a little bit, and he got the edge easy there. I mean, that was no problem.
Now we'll see what the kicking game can be like and how this door got shut. I'm not sure here, Buzz, but
I got it.
We're going to either way try to see about this extra point. And now waiting for the snap. Call for it. The kick is up, and it is good. So Salem Blue Devils on their 2nd possession of the contest, able to go the length of the field and put up a touchdown and now lead this game at 7-0.
And Trinity doesn't fold up, though, right? Salem had to work for that score, and, that's going to help them when they're in D2. against teams. Not like that first game was a track meet. It was Sauhegan and Alvern, and ended up 29-28 Alvern, and they had to stop the game with a couple minutes left because of the lightning. But there was just back and forth. There was nobody tackling anybody. It was just, a track meet back and forth. Guys returning kicks, and it's kind of fun to watch, unless you're a defensive coordinator.
That makes it a little bit more frustrating for sure. And
right.
Now Trinity slowly gets back out onto the field, and we'll see what they have designed here on special teams. Obviously, they want to get something going here.
Yeah, they got DeRepo back on in number 4, which.
Yeah, they're about the 10-yard line.
Malith, yeah. So they got 2 speeds just back deep.
Long kick that will be caught at the 6-yard line, and trying to eye a hole here, trying to get to the outside, and he is going to be brought down at about the 16-yard line. So a 10-yard gain here on the kickoff, and now it'll be up to the Pioneers to try to go the length of the field to tie up this game. And Ollie Service has got to be hoping that he's conditioned enough here to try to keep going in this contest.
Yeah, it's tough early on. At least it's not hot. I mean, I've been out there when it was 90 degrees before playing in this, and that's difficult at the beginning of the year. And also the special teams, right? So you don't have a heck of a lot of time to get ready for these things, and you have to get special teams ready for this. So, Salem special teams look good there. Trinity's return was a little bit weak, but we'll see how they go.
Well, the third time, and quick pass to the outside, trying to get some blockers, able to keep going, and we got close to a first down. I'm going to say it will be about 2nd and 1 there, depending on where the official marks the ball.
Yeah, it was just a quick out to Repo, and a step back pass, and it's 9-yard gain.
Well, here we go you can see the marker is so close to being a first down. It's kind of tough that they did not give him the first down, even though it looks like the ball marker is actually.
Yeah, it depends who's on the chains, right?
Well, that's true. If their fans are red or fans are blue. Or white, I guess, is Salem in their all-white jerseys. And now a handoff here. There will be a first down. He's still trying to chug away, and it's going to be brought down. And I believe that was Dom there on that handoff. We were waiting to see him get up, and it was.
Yeah, it was a fullback handoff again. They've tried it a few times. They got the first down there. I mean, that's when you do run that play, right? 2nd and 1, 2nd and short. Because even if you're stuffed, you still have another down. But that was a little bit better of execution there by them.
Now, fullback in the NFL, it seems to be a lost art here in some ways.
Yeah, a couple teams carry him, right? A few teams, but not many.
I know that Yakum Johnson just became a free agent. We'll see if the Patriots bring him up, and he was a good fullback a number of years ago during the Mac Jones era. And now we got a false start, and you can see him jumping up and down. He knows he's guilty of that.
Yeah. Sometimes it's always the same kid in the preseason that does that, and he's going to come off. And
Aiden Santiago is,
this is when you learn from it, though. You're in a live game situation, and you learn from it. And don't do it in a regular season game. That's all, right?
Again, just a freshman. Oh, actually, it's not Aiden Santiago. That is actually Easton Valier, a sophomore. So, Easton will.
He's probably getting his first varsity reps out there. A little nervous. That's okay.
So now, with 35 seconds, this most likely will be the last play of this first half, and they'll switch sides. And a handoff here. And actually, no, he's going to hold on to it. Rolling out, looking, stepping back, now throwing, tipped, and will be incomplete. And, I lied, Buzz. 21 seconds ago now with no completion on that. And now it'll be a long second down here for the Pioneers, who are just trying to get some positive yards, trying to make this,
Yeah, and what's happening is, with Ollie rolling out, the plays are taking a while to happen, and the Trinity receivers are running still downfield instead of stopping in the zone where they're open. This is a cover 4 by Salem, most times, and you're running right into the coverage. So you kind of want to find something in the middle of the field right now.
Well, Trinity has called a timeout here with 21 seconds to go with a 7-0 Salem lead here from historic Gill Stadium. Coach Jim Schubert Field at Gill Stadium for the second game of the Jamboree here. We'll see if we get all 6 in today, or if we, we
hope so. I mean, it was tough with a little delay there, but they kind of got this one going kind of quick. Let's go, let's get going. And the skies are a little weird still, so we don't know, but hopefully, for the players' sake and for the coach's sake, I'll speak for that, because it's tough. You have a schedule to go by, and this is an important little thing to get your season ready, and you want to play in it when you're here, but you don't want to wait and delay and get kids hurt either.
Yeah, that's definitely
because you get stretched out and you got to get back out there.
As we will see, man in motion here for the Pioneers, and a high snap able to be taken by Service. He throws it, and it's incomplete again. So this will be 3rd and long now, and Service has a nice spiral right there.
He throws a nice ball. He really does. It's just the play designs against his own are not conducive. You can see it. There's 2 or 3 Salem guys right there, right? You're going to have a couple quick hitters to get them out of that zone and play a little man. Otherwise, they're just going to sit in that, and they're going to end up picking one off. Is what's going to happen.
Well, a 3rd and 15 here for the Pioneers, and I have not seen them punt just yet in this contest. Man in motion, and let's see if they go the opposite way of same exact. Oh, now got to get rid of it quick, and it finds a man, and it is complete for a 1st down. That was very close to being a very painful hit right there.
Yeah, but he found the seam. He found the seam in the zone. It was Connor Bishop, right? Smart route. He found a little seam right in front of that deep safety, and got to where the chains were. And again, Ollie threw a perfect ball, and even his incompletions have looked pretty good. So down in D2, he's going to have some yardage in the air this year for sure.
Well, the clock hits 00, and we are done with the first half with the Salem Blue Devils again leading this game by a score of 7-0. And Coach Mazzoina, from your point of view as a coach in the past, is this fun for you guys to be able to see what's working and what's not working before the season starts?
I'm going to say it all depended on the season, on how your team is preparing, what your team is like, and what your injuries are like, because all these teams have already had a scrimmage, like a full squad scrimmage with other teams. So if you get banged up in that, then sometimes I would really look forward to this, and other times it would be like I just want to get by it and get to the opening season game, because you only have short amount of time now. The bigger squads, I think it's a little bit more of an advantage. They're able to do different things with their double sessions and such than the smaller squads can. So at West, when I did it when I was at West, we did it for a few years. We got out of it for a couple of years. Now Andrew has come back to it, and I think that's the right move.
As West is warming up right underneath us here, so we're getting to. Looks like they got some brand new jerseys this year, Buzz.
Yeah, he's getting brand new everything over there.
Yeah, they're having the ribbon cutting for the weight room this week as well. So look forward to seeing what West and Bishop Girton will bring after this contest. But now, as we start the second half, I guess that's what I'm going to call it here, Buzz.
It's 2 quarters, 2 halves, whatever. Yeah.
Again, 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Trinity going right to left, and a good hole right there. Still on his feet and brought down. This will be a gain of about 5 yards, and nice little run right there by the Pioneers. Things are starting to work here on this drive.
They ran a little cutback play there, a little counter type play, and they want to get the ball into Tone's hands as much as they can, because he's a key contributor, and he's tough to take down. He's physical, right? He's not the fastest guy in the world, but he's tough. He's physical. So you gotta keep them honest, and then Ollie will throw it.
Well, he's looking like it right now. Man in motion coming his way, and he stops, and actually Ollie running for his life, not faking out, and the pass is incomplete. And boy, that was a tough spot right there. That lineman has some speed right there.
Yeah.
As Ollie Service is not a slow guy by any means, as I watched him for a number of games for the Pioneers baseball last year. And what a good play there by number 74.
Yeah, and their rollouts haven't been working because, again, Salem's in a zone, cover 2, cover 4, and, that's not going to work because it takes too much time, and the Trinity receivers are just keeping running down the field instead of stopping where they can get open. The quick hitter, which they may try again here, that worked before.
About a 3rd and 6, actually, it will be the call, and kind of had a man rush, and now we're going to look for a little screen, but it is going to be incomplete and still brought down for a tackle.
Yeah.
I mean, you just want to make sure that he does not have the ball and he is not getting anywhere. And Jake Beaudry is doing a pretty good job as the middle linebacker there.
So you're in kind of no man's land. Maybe you practice your punt team there. It's like you're thinking of that all in your head. Do you go for it because it really doesn't matter, or do you want to get some practice in with your punt team? And looks like they are going to.
Yeah, you can see that he is counting his teammates to make sure that there's not too many people, or what's going on here?
He's got one too many.
Weird that they did not call a penalty on that, but Connor.
Yeah, regular season they will, but.
Because he was in the huddle, I guess, in some ways, but I don't know. Either way. Let's see what type of punt that trying to get him off sides here. Oh, now the snap, high one, able to get it. And this actually gets away and is a pretty good kick. End over end, caught at the 18, now up to the 30-yard line, makes a move, cuts to the outside, 30, 45, 50, cuts back, 40, and now it's going to be a foot race. Will he get past? He does! Oh, he does not! My apologies. It looked like his blocker.
There was a block in the back that they missed. The guy was right in front of the guy. He missed that, but the penalty's going to be on Trinity. They didn't have enough guys on the line of scrimmage, so Salem's going to decline that and take the ball there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can see the
illegal formation on Trinity. The far receiver, far from us, was not on the line of scrimmage. He should have been on.
Oh, sorry, I thought I could do it in time. Technical difficulties there for a moment there, so sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
We're good.
And there we go. Back to the action here as quick battery change for our Mike. And we're good to go with 10:44 remaining. And Salem still waiting. And now we got the penalty, as you perfectly said, Buzz. And now they will have good field position as already with the lead. And now, do you stick to what's been working already with the lead, or do you try to do some other things that you were doing in practice? This is always a tough call right there.
Yeah, I mean, it depends what the offensive coordinator. He wants to get in some reps with some different plays. And, you can go with what's working and try to score, but you also want to get better today. Get one step better.
First and 10 from the 24. It's going to be a handoff. Gets a pass a couple guys, takes a big hit, and stays on his feet. And look at that. Number 17 is ready to play here for Salem.
Yeah, that was a big hole. I mean, I could have ran through that. So it's good blocking on Salem's left side. And, Trinity's, they're trying. I mean, they're being physical, and they're just a little overmatched. If you look at the numbers, Salem's a lot bigger over there on the sideline. So, Trinity's, top 11, 12, 13 players can play with anybody, but, it's what happens after that when you get tired, right?
Mason Wiles just the sophomore, and now another handoff, and now he's going to the outside and walks right in for the touchdown. So a short field helps the Salem Blue Devils, and they now have a 13-0 lead. And, he was able to get some great blocking there. And
54 for Salem is definitely their stud. I mean, they're going to follow him. that's the guy that's been pulling, and he was right out in front there. He took on 2 guys, and that was easy for the running back to run in.
Kaysen Roberge with the TD, and now we'll try to get the second extra point on the opposite end of the field here as the clouds have come back in. We had some sun for a little bit on the other end of the field, and now this should be pretty easy if he is able to get this extra point. Waiting for the snap. Finally, and up, and it is good. So the last 2 Salem Blue Devils drives have resulted in a TD, and now they lead at 14-0 over the Trinity Pioneers.
Yeah, now if you're Trinity, you want to get a sustained drive here because you don't want to have your defense out there too much more. You want to get your reps, but you want to kind of be even with time of possession. And, it doesn't really matter that much what the score is at the end of the day. It's just how you competed today and did you get better. So if you're Trinity, you want to kind of get a decent return, get some, improve on that because the last time, they didn't even get to the 20. So improve on that a little bit and then try to get a sustained drive together.
10:05 remaining in this second half. So we'll see. Again, Trinity would love to be able to showcase a good drive here as just started off the game with the ball, and the interception helped them out earlier in this contest, but now it's, you look up at the scoreboard, it's not the happiest look, but again, it isn't gonna matter when the season starts next week. Taken at the 10-yard line, trying to go to the middle of the field, now finds a hole, gets a couple yards here, and now a sea of white pushing him backwards. See where they mark him. It looks like about the 29. Actually, they're going to give him to the 30.
Yeah, that's an okay return. And he took what was there, and he got it almost 28, 30. No, actually 30-yard line. You're right. So that's a good start. We'll see if they can get a couple first downs and get a little momentum going. Take some time off the clock and kind of get some good momentum going.
I thought that. The official kind of gave him an extra couple yards there, but also we're up here and they're down there. But I don't know. I just that sea of white jerseys kind of
gave him the bounce.
Gave him that was like a Gronk bouncer type move right there. Well, 1st and 10, 2 in the backfield. Service running for his life. Got to get rid of it quick. The long throw. Oh, just barely missed his man. Right almost off the fingertips, and that's a great play. Connor Bishop, we can expect that a few more times during the season, Buzz.
Yeah, and that time he got behind the safeties, which I'm surprised because, there's 2 of them back there. But, again, Service rolling to both sides is throwing the ball. He's had a lot of incompletions, but he's throwing the ball where only his player can get it. And, he could have easily have thrown a few interceptions today, but I think he's learned from the stuff from the past, and if it's not there, he's going to throw it where his guy can try to make a play, and if he can't make a play, on to the next down.
Again, 2nd and 10 is, it looks like Service might, kind of a false start right there on your fullback, and Dom's going to get spoken to about that as well, as you can see that he's
got palms up, so I don't know if the center didn't snap it on the count that it's supposed to, or because he's going back to the huddle a little upset. And
well, only so much you can do. Now it's a 2nd and 15, and now Dom is going to come over to the sidelines here, as I guess that's his first detention of this year as we go into the school year, and you can see that coach is going to have a little discussion with him at some point or another, but either way, Service gets to the line of scrimmage behind the center, man in motion again, and going to expect that a lot, it looks like, from Trinity this year. And this ball is on the ground, going to be taken by the Salem Blue Devils, and they will have it 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Trinity just had a collision between the fullback and the quarterback, and that ball was just laying there on the turf for the Blue Devils to take for their own.
Yeah, broken play there. Ollie went one way, the fullback went the other way. They were trying that dive again, which really hasn't been there. I mean, they got a first down with it, but it was only, 2nd and 1 at the time. So, they're going to have to stop him here to keep it somewhat of a game,
9:45 remaining, and Buzz, that drive only lasted about 10 seconds.
Not what you drew up.
We'll see what they can do here with a 1st and 10, and now a little bit of a false start in some ways it looked like from Salem, but the play was not called, and he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I like the pursuit there by Trinity outside guys. They all went to the ball, all 3 of them. And, Salem had a lead blocker out there, but he wasn't able to get the job done that time.
Well, a couple of key guys coming off the field for Salem, so they're going to change things up here as Donovan Parlator comes off the field. And now we'll see what they have in store here. Again, the passing game has got to be worked on a little bit more here for Salem, but what are you supposed to do when the running game right there is doing all the work and is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type thing?
They've been a run-heavy team for a while now, and they've had years where their quarterback has been a runner. They'll throw it on play action and stuff, but they're not going to come out and run spread or anything like that. You're not going to see that from them.
Well, Jake Beaudry with that run play, and it will be 3rd and very short here for the Salem Blue Devils. Again, with a 14-0 lead, 8:30 remaining in this contest. Game number 2 of the Queen City Jamboree. Trinity in Salem. And now, barely gets the ball away. It will be a 1st down and looking like more on his feet and into the end zone. Touchdown, Salem.
And that was the same stunt that Trinity ran earlier where they got to the quarterback and almost took the handoff. I mean, that was the case there, and I think by tackling the quarterback, the 2 Trinity players, it kind of froze everybody else, and Salem was able to run it in.
Jake Beaudry just able to stay on his feet for that 12-yard touchdown run, and now a 20-0 lead, and trying to go 3 for 3 for extra points, and
we're
missing one guy, so late to get on the field.
This is the pains of the getting the special teams ready, for this stuff. Sometimes you get 10 guys out there, you're gonna kind of pause and.
Well, you can hear Zan down, and now the kick is up, and good little leg right there. I mean, doesn't seem like he's got really the body of a kicker, but at the same time, it's working for the Blue Devils as they now take a 21-0 lead.
Yeah, he barely kicked that, and it went off a Sweeney post over there.
Yeah, I was going to say that we had a rainbow earlier heading over towards the Sweeney post, and great to see this game number 2, 6 games here today at Gill Stadium, and great to see that 12 different schools are able to showcase their skills so far, and really gives kind of a sense of community in some ways to be able to come up to Manchester on a Friday night to see your kids play.
Yeah, I mean, this thing has been going on for a long time, and, I was able to coach in it for a bunch of times, and, it's good. A lot of teams like it, a lot of teams don't like it, and it's only because how quickly you have to get everything ready, and you have full squad scrimmage maybe on a Thursday before this, so maybe on a Wednesday. So, it all depends on the team, and on the season. And sometimes it works out good for you, and sometimes it doesn't. And it doesn't equate to what the season is going to be like at all. So, but you definitely want to get some momentum coming out of it.
Going down the middle of the field, and this will go into the end zone for a touchback. And, I was looking at both the Pioneers returners, how they were ready to go, and instead he just booted that right down the middle of the fairway and goes out of the end zone for a touchback. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Pioneers, who, we were hoping that they could have a good drive last time. Now it's, you're kind of digging yourself a hole more and more here. And Ollie Service, obviously, he's competitive. He wants to be able to showcase that they are still a team to be reckoned with here up there at Dairyfield Park. Snap there. Now, nice throw, move, and able to get that 1st down. From my angle, we'll see, the official comes up, and it will be, but now we got an injury here as he is in some pain, and that's something that we were hoping to not see here in this night is a injury. And now the trainers start to make their way. And actually, he gets up on his own power. And, hopefully he'll be okay. As, sometimes you just in some pain when you. So that's Davey
DiRepo. And
DiRepo, yeah.
He's like one of their key guys. So, and, it's not like Trinity can just chuck out their number 2s out there. They really don't have, they probably have a sub here and there for offensively. But, Salem, the bigger squads, they can say, okay, put our second defense or our second offense in for this drive. But it doesn't happen really with the smaller squads.
Service goes backwards, and it's, a late hit there, but no penalty called. Kind of, that ball was just
it was just still being bobbled, so I think able to come in and make the stick. And now it's 4th down, or
it'll be second down, actually. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Again, it's a jamboree for us as well to try to get our bearings straight here. Again, Trinity in there all red with the white helmets going right to left across your screen. 7:47 remaining in this second half. And Ollie with his 3rd straight throw. And this one is going to be held in bounds, good for roughly about 6 yards. And it'll be now a 3rd and 4. And
that's Bishop. So they got some weapons that can catch the ball. They just need to find the zone plays to work against Salem. And those quicker outs are going to work a lot better against the zone than anything downfield that takes time to develop.
Trinity will open their season at home next week, facing the likes of the Hanover Bears. And catch just off his hands. You can see the frustration on his own self that should have been a 1st down. And
yeah, it was a good ball. He just took his eye off it for a second, kind of off the helmet. And now you got to punt it. So,
well, let's see if they decide. No, Ollie comes back out with a play. So 4th and 5 from the 36-yard line, and 4th down has. This could be a sign for the season here, Buzz, that they just want to continue every 4 plays, can try to get that 10 yards. Service throws deep, high in the air, going long. Oh, my goodness, caught in a biggest play of the game. And you can see the Salem Blue Devil cornerback frustrated right there. A big throw by Ollie Service, an even bigger catch here. And the Pioneers get into the Blue Devil side of the field.
Yeah, I mean, what a nice ball. I mean, nothing. Again, this is the Jamboree, so they didn't really care. But you run that play on 4th and 5, and you're running a one-man route and going one-on-one deep.
And as right after Davey had come off the field with that injury, you got to remember that, and comes back, and now it's a 1st and 10 inside the Salem red zone. And a handoff play, good run here, finding another hole, and now Trinity. They're in for the, we're waiting for the sign here, and yes, it is a touchdown.
Yeah.
A nice 16-yard run here for the Pioneers, and they are on the board here, Buzz.
Yeah, it's Dom Tatone, and again, he's not the fastest guy, but he's tough to take down, and he got himself in a little traffic there. And
they are not calling it a touchdown, Buzz. They're going to mark it at the 1-yard line.
Oh, he must have bounced in because he looked like he was into me.
Yeah, again, the Zebras are out there. That's their first time being able to see a game in full speed as well. So let's get that out of the way. We don't have their names. Obviously, it's going to be difficult. They're going to be all out here today, Buzz. All the officials in the state of New Hampshire. Now another play, and he's just going to.
He wanted the ball back, and see him. He looks for the contact. So it's like he's running. He could have probably cut that up and got in earlier, but he saw some contact there, and he wants to run the guy over. So I love that. The kid's a tough kid, competitive as heck.
Well, and now we'll see what Trinity does, if they're going to go for 2 or if they're going to try for the extra point. And either way, a nice drive right there. A big gamble on 4th and 5 works for a 50-yard gain, and 2 plays later scores the touchdown. And now waiting to see. I believe they're going to be going for 2 here.
They got a kicking ball that they're throwing in.
Oh, no, they will be kicking it. Okay.
Yeah, it's going back off. So it's like.
I mean, you got to get that all figured out as well.
Yeah. They don't want to lose one of their good balls into the parking lot over
No,
there.
exactly. And I see looks like a Pembroke bus just showed up as well. Tough. The kick is good. It was not the prettiest. The hold was a little off, but it was good enough to get the extra point, and now it is a 21-7 game. So we'll see. Great drive right there, and seems like the running game has gone away for the Pioneers, but it's great to see that their passing is working pretty well, and Salem will see what they can do with getting the ball possibly for the last time with 6:07 remaining in this contest.
Yeah, and they're going to be tough against Division II teams throwing the ball like that. I mean, you can see Ollie has a accurate arm, and if you get the right play calls in there for him, you can run the show, and he definitely has some weapons. So
again, Salem with 3 straight basically drives with touchdowns here. So now it's going to be a big spot right here to see if they can go 4 for 5, I believe it would be here.
Yeah, they had a couple short fields, right? So
that's true.
They had a couple short fields, and they got in there kind of quick. They had the one long sustained drive, which was good for them. So I'm sure they're getting the work that they want. And Trinity's defense has gotten a lot of work tonight, so that's good as well for them. So they can look at film after and see what they did right, see what they did wrong, and move on and get ready for week 1.
Salem with 3 receivers back deep waiting for this kick, and it's going to be a squib kick that will be taken at the 36-yard line, and he wanted no part in having that ball.
Yeah, sometimes those up guys are told to go down if they get it. So, they'll try to return it, just go down, and obviously that's what was the case there.
I mean, would you be upset if you go at least 5 yards? You
Yeah,
had no one around him.
I would be upset if he went 5 yards and dropped the ball, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I feel you.
So those up guys, aren't always the guys that handle the ball on a regular basis. So, you don't want them getting into traffic with the football in their hands.
Well, Salem 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. A handoff here to trying to get to the outside and wrapped up and brought down. What a great tackle behind the line of scrimmage there. And Trinity's got to be happy with how their defense played that play.
Yeah, Salem's got their number 2 offense in there now, so you see the size difference of the kids, right, and the speed difference. So they got, all new guys on offense. Clean jerseys are all going to be clean on turf anyways.
Yeah.
But dry jerseys, we can say.
Dry jerseys for sure. As, again, some rain delayed the start of this game. We had a kickoff at 4:57, and now with under 5 minutes to go in this contest, waiting to see what the Bishop Girton and Manchester West brings after this one. Excuse me, as I had a sneeze there, but now, almost picked off right there. You had 2 red jerseys, and they were not able to capitalize on a broken play or just an incomplete pass.
I like Trinity's DBs. They service back there deep, and their corners have done a nice job. I think it's going to be tough for teams to throw against them. They just got to shore up the run, but again, they're going against a Division I team here, not a team they're going to see in any week during the regular season. So
no, this is
so it's like it's tough to measure yourself against them, but if you're hanging in there, then that's what you want to do.
Well, now a pass play trying to roll out. Now it stopped and he's going to let go of it by letting go, meaning he's going to run it. So he did not release it to throw and was not able to gain a few yards, but now it will be
now Salem's going to punt
down.
So good couple minutes here for Trinity, even though that's, again, that's Salem's number 2s in there for offense, but that's okay. And it's good reps for them on defense, and now they get a little chance to get their punt return practiced and, see what they can do with that. And maybe get another score on the board. Who knows?
Well, let's see how the snap is right now, as well as we saw in the first game that Sauhegan and Alvord had some trouble, and a tough gets it off the bounce.
Yeah.
And that's a ugly kick that will go out of bounds, and we'll see where the officials mark
that
the
should be like
ball
at the 45.
as
Yeah,
that
around there.
really only went about 4 yards, I believe it is, Buzz, from if I'm looking at the other side of the field.
He didn't kick it for a first down, I'll tell you that.
I get definitely.
Well, he got thrown off because of the bounce, right? So it's not a good snap, and so that throws the punter's rhythm off, and he just got it off the side of his foot. So now Trinity's looking to get momentum. If they could end this game losing by 1 score, that would be a win for them.
Absolutely, and now with 3:36 to go in this game, it's going to be the Pioneers going into the sun, and we'll see how that works in their favor or against them. We saw Service throw on almost every single play until they got it to the 1 yard line. Now he throws it up deep again, long pass, off the fingertips.
And the safety for Salem didn't come over. Again, it was the same route that they ran before. Just a one-on-one route out there, and boy, the kid throws a nice ball.
Yeah, that was a heck of a throw.
Yeah,
and
I mean, really,
I thought, that Randy Moss out there for a moment? He was just so open.
He got to his fingertips. I thought it was going to be overthrown a little bit more than that, but he closed in on it really well, and he almost got it.
We miss having that type of speed here, Buzz, both you and I. It's
Yeah, I don't drive that fast anymore, Kyle.
Our hamstrings can't handle that much torque, as we definitely would have not been able to catch that ball either. So now another pass play, and just his receiver was not ready for that, trying to get to open space, and now it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Pioneers, and you know they're going to go for it on 4th down, but now it's tough. You want to get things going.
And that's a learning moment for the receivers. They've got to stop into that zone when they're open and not keep running into the coverage. And that's where Ollie threw it there, hoping he would stop, That's just stuff that you'll learn and you'll get through reps in the preseason and now, and they'll probably hit that play later on in the year.
Well, again, 3:25 remaining, 3rd and 10. Service, nice 3-step drop, and the throw is, just barely misses his man again. And they're going to look at these and going to practice that a bunch this week to get ready for Hanover, as they are so close. It's been off the fingertips each time, Buzz.
Yeah, they're going to keep trying to go to him, and during the year, that's going to be their 1-2 punch. So, they hit it once, and they almost hit it 2 other times. So,
well, now looks like the
punt unit
has come out. They were getting themselves situated, and now standing at the 41-yard line, see if they can get it going. As
same situation where they don't have that far guy on the line of scrimmage.
This could be tough here. It'll almost look like a college football type kick. Low snap, hits the ground, and is able to get it away. And now Salem will return it at the 16-yard line. Stumbles, is still on his feet up to the 30. Now spun around 35, still on his feet, 40, and finally brought down at the 41-yard line. And a quality return right there for the Salem Blue Devils.
Yeah, that's what you don't want to do. Hit the guy with a line drive in the chest with the football. It's like I always used to get mad at my players, my punters, if they kick the ball to their best player. Their best player is going to be standing back there ready to catch it. Let's face it, right?
That's usually the case, for sure.
So you want to try to angle it away from him a little bit and give your your coverage teams a chance to get to him. But sometimes you're in a panic and you just kick it as hard as you can, and it just goes right to him. And Salem again, with their number 2s out there, so they're trying to get some work for the younger guys too.
Well, now handoff here gets a hole and is brought down good enough for about a 6-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down as the clock keeps on ticking, now down to 180 seconds left in this contest. And it's a good way for us to get warmed up here on Manchester Public Television for the fall 2025 season, as we had our first game last night with soccer. Our first chance to be back here to see all 4 of the Manchester schools playing at the same field on the same night, and you won't have that for the rest of the season, and hoping for a long run for each team into the playoffs.
And where did summer go, right?
It was hot for 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden it just went away. And I see a good amount of pants and long sleeve shirts down here, and as we look down into the crowd, and obviously some of the players will do that as well to try to avoid getting some, some turf burns here.
Right.
And now Salem able to get that first down and into Trinity territory. It'll be another 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Another hand. Oh, another double handoff here, and still on his feet, and finally brought down. And that was almost like a jump run right there, where he was able to gain 3 more yards by jumping ahead.
Yeah, and that's always been Salem's version of counter, like a double handoff. And we ran that at West for a couple of years when I first got there, and we always had success with that.
I know that the Plymouth Huskies run that a lot as
yeah,
well.
Yeah, they do. It's a wing tee play that everybody runs.
I know Coach Chris has been running that for years up there for the Bobcats. Not playing in this, and now a pass play. Looking, and rolling out, able to find his tight end, and he is brought down at about the 25-yard line. So the second string looking pretty good here. At least that's a little bit of good signs here for the Blue Devils if they need to get out there and play as well. Number 6 in Kyle Bonaregio able to make that catch. And now the final minute of this contest, Salem see if they get one more touchdown, as this drive's been looking pretty good so far. And a handoff here is going to be brought down, as that play did not work as well as Trinity sniffed that out quickly.
Yeah, if you're Salem, you just kind of want to run it out now, And if you break one, you break one. That's fine. But everybody out of here healthy. It was a positive day for them. I think it was a pretty decent day for Trinity too.
J.P. Fearon, who is the defensive lineman right there, was able to make that play, and run play here, and some trickery going out, and that will be good for a first down as the clock stops at 19 seconds in this contest, and it will be a 1st and 10, but looks like a Trinity player is slow to get up. He finally gets help from his teammate and is up on his feet now. Nothing worse than a late second injury here.
Oh, yeah, you don't want that.
So 5 seconds, 4, 3, and they're going to
he got
brought down, and a sack by Trinity. No flag. Flag will be on the play, but the clock has 3 zeros on it, and that most likely will be the game. Or do you not? You can't end it on a penalty, I suppose, right?
You can decline it if you want. I don't know why he threw that. That was kind of like a follow through.
He didn't really have time to hear the penalty, and that's kind of a. I mean, that will be your ball game right there.
Smart move. Pick up the flag.
Yeah. So
nobody wants a
final score here for game number 2 of the Queen City Jamboree, as the Salem Blue Devils take it 21-7. Buzz, what a great way. What are you seeing from Trinity and Salem so far in this half game of the Queen City Jamboree game 2?
No surprises from Salem. They run the same stuff. We don't get a chance to see them a lot. Trinity has their 5-6 main guys that they're going to rely on, and you can do that at D2. You can rely on those guys. They got to be in shape, because you can see all of them. They play pretty much every down, and they're in there. Detone and all those guys are in there for every down and every play. They might get a special teams playoff, but you got to be in shape. You got to be ready. On days like this, it's nice because it's nice and cool, right? It's the days where you're going to face some adversity, some heat, some different weather, and see how they go. But they look like they're going to have a good squad.
Well, for the Salem Blue Devils, they will start the season in Division I next week as well. But this obviously will bring some smiles to their faces. And for the Pioneers, again, a home game next week versus the Hanover Bears. And looking forward to the next 4 games of this Queen City Jamboree, and we'll take a quick break here. We'll leave the camera on so you can see the the Manchester West Blue Knights warming up here, as they are looking forward to getting out on the field as well. And for Coach Tom Zoin and Kyle Heavey, we'll be back for game number 3. It's second of our night, coming up right after this.